Tributes across the country tonight for former senator and presidential candidate Bob Dole. Flags at the White House and the Capitol to be flown at half-staff in his honor. The 98-year-old World War II hero died in his sleep today. ABC's chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl has a look back at Dole's life and legacy.
A war hero and one of the most prominent Republican leaders of his time, Bob Dole's journey began in the small farm town of Russell, Kansas. He was a poor kid who came of age during the Great Depression.
It's good to remember where you came from, and I've never forgotten that.
A year after the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, a 19-year-old Bob Dole left Kansas to enlist in the Army Reserves. In April 1945, he was leading an assault on Nazi holdouts in Italy when an exploding shell shattered his right shoulder, fracturing his neck and filling his body with shrapnel. He was left for dead on the battlefield, but survived. He spent nearly a year in a body cast, unable to feed himself, recovering but losing the use of his right arm. Dole eventually turned to politics, first elected to the Kansas legislature and then to the House and the Senate. He was tapped as Gerald Ford's running mate in 1976 and ran for president in 1980, 1988, and again in 1996 when he won the Republican nomination.
I say that in politics, honorable compromise is no sin. It is what protects us from absolutism and intolerance.
In the general election, he lost decisively to Bill Clinton. But it was in the Senate that Dole made his mark. A tough Republican partisan, he took greatest pride in his bipartisan accomplishments, shoring up Social Security, passing the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Thank you so much.
One of his last public appearances was at the memorial for George H.W. Bush, his old political rival and fellow war hero, getting up to his feet for one last salute. Dole's public image was serious, sometimes dour, but he had a great sense of humor. After losing in 1996, he went on Saturday Night Live to poke fun at his own tendency to speak about himself in the third person.
I don't run around saying Bob Dole does this and Bob Dole does that. That's not something Bob Dole does.
Dole showed that sense of humor years later when I interviewed him for the last time in 2016.
I covered your presidential campaign, got a chance to cover you a bit in the Senate, and always have enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, I wish you'd have made it possible for me to win the presidency instead of just cover me.
Among the many people issuing tributes to Bob Dole today is President Biden, who knew him for a half a century. He called him a war hero and the greatest of the greatest generation, and said, quote, "He was also a friend who I could look to for trusted guidance or for a humorous line at just the right moment to settle frayed nerves." Lindsay?
Known as a giant of the Senate, Jonathan, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.